Hi, Mustangs. It's Mr. Wormuth. This video is for the week of April 6th, Monday, April 6th. The first thing I'm going to point out is something that has nothing to do with class, but might be something fun. So I made a gardening club, and it's really just a page with some videos. If you're interested in gardening, planting plants, planting seeds, and growing stuff, and maybe having some food later, check it out. It's not something you have to do. It's not an assignment. It has nothing to do with our class. It's just something fun that I wanted to do before all this pandemic stuff happened, and I was planning to do, but it just didn't happen. So I'm gonna just upload some videos of planting seeds and growing your own stuff. And if that's interesting to you, then you can kind of play along, and maybe we can figure out a way to make it interactive somehow. So there's that. All right. So this week you have, if you hear a loud peeping in the background, I have baby chicks. I'll have to show you sometime. Anyway, let's see, in the assignment page, on the assignment page for week 13, there's always going to be an assignment page for each week. Let's do a quick rundown of everything. So there's not a lot here in the beginning, but let's see what there is here. So today, Monday, April 6th, you're going to do a simple research assignment on some place called Alcatraz. Please use the word Alcatraz here. Copy and paste it if you need to, so you spell it correctly. Go to Google, type in Alcatraz, or what is Alcatraz, something like that, and you'll get all kinds of interesting information. Alcatraz is the setting of the book that we're going to read, and we'll start that on Friday. So Alcatraz, spoiler, is a prison, or was a prison. You're going to do a little research and write a paragraph. That means at least 5 sentences. 5 sentences, okay? You can use these questions if you like to kind of guide your writing. It does not mean copy and paste the questions and then just write an answer afterwards. Each question could be at least one sentence answer. So think about it that way. This assignment is due today. It shouldn't take more than 15 or 20 minutes, but it may take you a little bit longer. That's okay. Get it in a day and turn it in. I'm also trying to point out that the assignments that I list here will close in 5 days. So if you don't get it turned in I'm sorry, it says it's due today. This is due on Monday, April 6th. It is due today. Okay. So it is due on Monday, April 6th, due today. The assignment will close in 5 days. So that means a week from today, you will not see the assignment anymore. It'll disappear. So if you don't get it done today and you turn it in tomorrow, it's not really a big deal. Just get it to me as soon as you possibly can. But since you're given time, specific English time today, you should do this English assignment today. Hope that makes sense. All right. The next thing is, and it doesn't really impact anything we've done yet, but the last day of school will be May 15th, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So we will not see each other again this year. So please make sure that you're just aware of that. We have about 6 weeks of school remaining then, which it will go very, very quickly. The book that we're going to start this week will take us through almost to the end. Wednesday is not a gray day. It's a blue day, a navy day. All this is a reminder. Please make sure that you submit your work. Okay? If you did not submit your Alcatraz research assignment from Monday, please do it on Wednesday. That's it. Let's see. Friday, April 10th. This is Friday of this week. You're going to begin a new novel called Al Capone Does My Shirts. It's like Where the Red Fern Grows, I think, in a lot of ways, because it's set during the Depression and it's written in a way that you can see everything happening in your brain. There really should be a movie. There's not one, sadly, but you can see the movie playing in your head as you read the story. It's about this kid named Moose, and that's a nickname. Moose and his family moved to Alcatraz Island in 1935, and it's the middle of the Great Depression, just like Where the Red Fern Grows. Hard times for everyone. In this case, this story is set in San Francisco. That's where Alcatraz is located. Hard times for people in the big city too. So, and I guess we read Esperanza Rising too. That was also set during the Great Depression. So this one fits right in there with the others. So his dad gets a job at this prison because it's the only job he can get. Jobs are scarce, and something happens, the family has to move, and this is where they moved to. Back in the 30s and probably through the end of um, the island's time as a prison, if you do the research and tell me when it was no longer a prison, that would be good. Um, the families moved there and lived there on the island. So there was like a little town almost of people that just lived there because the guards were expected to be on the island at all times. Maybe not working, but there. It'd be like teachers living at school. You would have your own little space, your own little apartment, but you would never just leave the school. So the other thing that makes this story interesting, and it ties to rules, is that Natalie, Moose's sister, is autistic. And in 1935, people didn't really know what autism was. There was no diagnosis of autism, and there was no there was there people just didn't know what to do with people who were autistic. A lot of people were hidden away in hospitals. It was kind of an embarrassing thing for families. Not all, but quite a few. So this story is unique in that it shows what life would have been like for someone with an autistic sibling in 1935. So it's similar to Rules in that respect, but it's different because of the times. And I think that there's a lot more to Al Capone Does My Shirts. It's a much richer story. There's a lot more to work with, and it's fun. Think about the pressure that Moose feels to be responsible for his sister all the time. Just like Catherine in Rules, she was always looking out for her brother. It's the same thing with Al Capone Does My Shirts. Moose always is in charge of his sister, and it drives him a little bit crazy. So here's how this book is going to work. Click here for the reading schedule, it says. So let's click here and see. Can't give you a piece of paper, but if you do need a book, like you need a physical book in your hand, we can make that happen. You just have to email me and tell me, or call the school and say, hey, I need this book. We can make that happen for you. There are some copies available already in the front of Wainwright, but we can get more if we need to. So Monday, April 13th, that's a week from today, you're going to be through chapters 1 and 2. We're officially starting this on Friday of this week, but you could start now. It doesn't matter to me. Tuesday, April 14th, chapter 3, and Wednesday, April 15th, chapter 4. So here's the catch. We don't meet every day. Some weeks we meet twice, like this week, Monday and Friday. Next week we'll only meet once, which is Wednesday. But even though we only meet once or twice, you still have reading to do every day. So please follow the schedule. There's no page numbers, it's just chapter numbers. If you have a different book, a different copy of Al Capone, the page numbers weren't going to match up, and I thought it'd be easier just to use chapters. Ms. Dolphin also provided us with the links to the audio. So look on the main page like usual, and I'll go with you right now and see if that works. But first, let's do this. First, let's go back and make sure you can find the book. There should be a link here. Yep, click here for the book. The book is available for free online as a PDF. There it is. And you'll just have to scroll down and read on your computer. Okay. Now, the nice thing is it is linked. The chapters are linked. So, like if you're halfway through this thing and you want to go directly to, I don't know, chapter 25, My Gap, then you can. Okay. All right. Let's check about the audio and make sure that works. So if you go to the home page, just like you've always had before in our class, you should have, there's a copy of the book there, free audio links here. Let's click on it and see if it works. It's good. It's still loading. Well, it may work for you. It's not going to. Here we go. Click on the disc that you want. play.
Listening Library presents Al Capone Does My Shirts.
Now, here's the trick to using this. I clicked on disc 1, and that took me to the beginning. Chapter 1 obviously starts from the very beginning. 622 will be the end of chapter 1. Now, if I want to go to chapter 2, I'm going to have to move that little bar to 623. So let's go to 623. Pick this up. Oh, it's going to move quickly. Maybe as close as I can get it.
With my clothes on. Who wants to face a convicted felon in your pajamas? 2. Errand boy.
So that's how you're going to work that. Okay, click on the disc that you want, because these were originally like CDs, I'm sure. So click on the disc that you want, and then you'll have to use that little slide to go to the time for the chapter that you need. So for the first week, you're going to need, looks like, most of disc 1. Okay. If you have questions, ask, email. A couple of you emailed me to ask about your assignment from last week. If you have not turned that in, I still am missing a bunch of those. Please make sure, let me go back to this. Please make sure that you submit that. Okay, I'm just going to go right now. This is a long video, I apologize, but go to week 12. Your assignment was, let's see, the short writing. There's no click here for that. About your experience during the whole pandemic thing. So if you don't know how to find that, since my click here wasn't working, I apologize. You can go to assignments, and then mine will look a little different from yours. What's happening writing, and I'll put a link in this week's stuff too. Tells you what you need to do, at least half a page. What's it been like throughout the first 3 weeks or so of all of this month. It's been a long 2 or 3 weeks, that's for sure. That's it. If you have questions, email, ask, either me or Miss Dolphin, and have a good week. See you later.